Hello everybody. I've had a lot of questions recently asking about the exams that are expected of you in the Functional Skills English course. So whether you're studying level 1 or level 2, as this is a nationally recognised qualification and at level 2 a GCSE equivalent, there are exams at the end. You need to pass all 3 exams in order to achieve the qualification. There is a reading exam, a writing exam, and a speaking, listening, and communication exam. I'll start with the speaking and listening because it's the one that a lot of people are quite scared of. However, it really turns out to be that they are nice events, they are nice occasions. What you are expected to do for the spoken language exams, whether you're studying level 1 or level 2, you give a presentation that lasts a minimum of 5 minutes. The presentation can be on the subject of your choice. I would say that I usually recommend that you talk about something that you love. So your favourite food, TV, a hobby, something special about you. Because if you have to research a subject, then it makes the question and answer that comes after a little more difficult. Whereas if it's something that genuinely interests you, you may just have those answers to hand. So you'll speak for 5 minutes. You can use a PowerPoint or a Google Slides in the background, not a problem at all. All I will ask is that you use as fewer words as possible so that you're not just reading off the slides. This isn't a reading exam, this is a speaking and listening exam. So we want to hear you speak. If you're not technologically confident, you can just make some notes instead and use those to structure your talk. When you finish talking, you will ask your audience, which is usually 3 students. You can ask them for questions, and we would expect everybody in the audience to ask a question. Be nice to each other, ask simple questions. Don't ask anything that, again, would require any further research. Once you've answered your questions, we move on to the next student, and then they speak for 5 minutes and you ask the questions. When all 3 students have given their presentation and all been asked questions afterwards, you will have a group discussion. You'll usually be made aware of the discussion topic well in advance so that you can prepare if you want to beforehand. However, we do tend to pick subjects that you can just give your opinion on rather than having to do any great amount of research. I send emails out about every week or 2 weeks offering different dates for the spoken language exams. So it's a case of finding a date when you're available, booking in, and then I send out a calendar invitation to you to join the link for that session. The only times that we really have problems are if you cancel and we are left with 2 students, we cannot run the exam. So please consider the dates and times that I'm offering. Make sure you're available before committing to that session. So that's the spoken language part out of the way. The reading and writing exams are completed in the comfort and privacy of your own home. Rather than like in a school or college where you would be in an exam setting, so you would be in a room with no posters on the wall, no people that you can talk to, no mobile phones or anything like that. Instead, you are at home in your living room, your bedroom, your kitchen, your office, whatever room in the house you can. Instead of a person, an invigilator, walking around and making sure that nobody's Googling answers, you will have your mobile phone in a place where it can see your activity during the exams. You will receive, prior to the exam, an email that asks you to test your setup. So it's to make sure that your laptop or tablet, whatever device you're using, can connect to the exams and to connect your mobile phone to it as well. And it basically just records it and it sends the recording along with the work that you complete off to the exam board. So make sure you have good battery, make sure that you have it in a position where it can see you. Make sure nobody disturbs you. So if somebody comes and knocks on your door, do not answer. You cannot leave the room during that exam. If you do, the exam will be voided. You will also be asked to show some form of ID to the camera to show that you are the person whose name is on that live exam. Please ensure that your name on your ID matches the name that we have on your enrolment. You have 1 hour to do the reading exam and 1 hour to do the writing exam. And once you've completed them, they are sent off to the exam board and results usually come through in 1 to 2 weeks. So as soon as those results come through, I basically will get in contact with you. I will download the results feedback sheet. I will send it on to you. If it's a pass, excellent. You'll not need to do that again. If for any reason you didn't pass, the feedback sheet comes up with all of the not the questions that you answered, the learning objectives. So it will tell me, did you write enough? Have you used all paragraphs? How was your spelling, punctuation, and grammar? It will look for all those different aspects that you get marked on, and it will tell me how well you did in those. So usually I try to translate that into normal English in your feedback and send it to you saying, you didn't score very well on this subject. Here is my advice, guidance, YouTube videos, a section on Atom to refer you back to. Once you've completed all 3 exams, I basically need to do some paperwork to complete your qualification, send it off to the exam board, and the certificates are sent out to you within sort of 6 to 8 weeks of you completing the course. They are sent out by post. Should you lose them and need new copies in the future, you can do that by contacting the exam board yourselves. There is usually a charge for duplicate certificates. So that's it. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of what you should expect when it comes to the exams. As always, if you have any problems or questions, get in touch. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.